Hello, everybody. I just simply wanted to give some announcements and address some issues, perhaps, or less so issues, but more so just explanations for why I've been absent for quite a bit of time and just taking breaks every here and then. You guys know that on the last weekend of my summer vacation, of course, I was going camping, obviously, with my family for over a week. And during that, I didn't really upload any videos, but I was able to work on stuff, like recording stuff, and of course, the big Made with Lightning Bolt thing. And just know that I'm sorry for the long absence there, but I don't think many of you mind, perhaps. And I've been doing a few other things like the car hunts and that one BCC camp thing, and also the weekend afterwards and all. That was when I had my Friday and Saturday days, I guess you could say. No, not really nights, because we didn't spend the night at the school, but I had a BCC choir camp fun thing and everything like that, and all with my whole choir group. We were going to go up north for the weekend, but we didn't instead because of COVID. We had to stay at the school instead. It is a different plan. It was still a ton of fun. I've already talked about this stuff on Discord a whole lot. If you want to learn more about that and all, you can just ask me questions in the comments, of course. And yeah, obviously during a lot of that, I wasn't really uploading too much either, but it's fine. And I've been having projects in the back of my head for a while now, and I've been thinking about them and all, coming up with ideas, setting up resources, but oftentimes not getting around to working on them or not having enough space or time or whatever. You get the idea. And a lot of them I've already addressed in the past and talked about, especially again on Discord and Hangouts and stuff. But something that I've been obviously anticipating for a while is my birthday, which is coming up on September 17th. Kristoff is currently the only car that is set to arrive, which is like, I believe, by the minimum 3 days after my birthday. Also, my dad is leaving Wednesday. He won't even be around for my birthday, sadly, but still, me and mom can hopefully manage, and hopefully, I'll be able to find some of the newer cars sometime throughout the week or the weekend or whatever, something for my birthday. Because Target cannot last with that singles section. It's just awful. Target's honestly starting to look worse than Walmart now. But anyways, that's not really the important part and all. But yeah, my birthday's coming up, and I hope to have a good time, even though I'm not having any party and my dad's not even here. But still, I was at Sandy's and Jeff's yesterday, and I got to have some food and talk with them and stuff like that about stuff, and that was fun, of course. And also, Jeff got me a couple shirts and $10, so that was nice. But there's also, of course, the other important aspect that's been going on in school recently. Even though I don't struggle in school, I don't really socialize too often with too many people, but if I do get the chance, unless it's lunch where I usually am on my own, perhaps, and even if I sit at a table with other people, I'm usually just simply quiet and doing my thing on my tablet or phone or whatever while eating. But I am doing nicely at school currently. I've been able to get assignments done for the most part. I usually don't procrastinate too often, but I often manage to get stuff done at school, and if not at Sylvan at times, barely ever at home. And even though it doesn't overwork me or whatever, I obviously don't have nearly as much time to work on videos and projects and socialize with you guys, of course. So you have to keep that in mind. And there may be for a little bit of time from now on, just for a little bit of time at least, not going to be as many videos, just big things here and there, and not like salute this week and a rant then that week, and then maybe a Rogue Robot review and stuff like that. Maybe a big video or some kind, and all like, no, I can't do that constantly unless I work myself to death. But yesterday alone, which was a Sunday, I was already kind of struggling a little bit to get any free time to do stuff. But obviously, that's just more so personal things. There's also been the announcement of, well, this. When I first saw this in my notifications on the dinner time or whatever of my second or my first day of BCC camp and everything, which the hours only 2 days, of course, both of which were fun. But when I saw this and all, I was just amazed and I was so happy and I just thought to myself, I hoped for this to come and all. It was already kind of happening, but now that this is like on the newspaper, I don't see how they're going to be able to continue this after all this angry and all these like angry parents and upset kids and media getting angry at them. I doubt that the reboot thing's going to last for much longer after this, honestly. I'm not saying we're immediately out of the tar pit yet because Mattel still owns the company due to their constant notoriousness for cutting corners with their products and mismanaging their properties and stuff we've heard from the TCC from how they mistreat their employees and all that kind of stuff. And also, if I can find something of it, which I just in fact did, this is what Mattel said in response to that whole thing and all. And honestly, we appreciate older fans, maybe for the older version of the TV show, which they've grown up with. Everything that they just say is just so condescending, and even when they try to look nice or whatever, they still obviously show those signs of, yeah, we appreciate that you like those older versions or whatever that you've grown up with. It's just so, it's like the channel awesome of companies. Wait, they're a company too, kind of, whatever. You get the point. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna go back into sort of a Bwubba thing, but not really Bwubba, kind of. You get the idea. Maybe they're gonna screw it up in another way. Who knows? Maybe they'll fix it and listen to the fans. I honestly, at this point, kind of just hope that Mattel loses property of the franchise, because even if it like the show gets fixed, there's a high chance that like people still won't be able to see it as easily, and the merchandise may suck or whatever, or there's gonna be business decisions or whatever from them forcing the writers to do stuff like put in a bridge jump right off Edward and Henry, make the engines bounce a little, make sure Thomas appears in every episode. That one's kind of minor in comparison, but whatever. You get the idea. There will always be those kinds of things from a company like Mattel, and honestly, even outside of Thomas and all, they're kind of notorious. I mean, remember that one scene from Ted 2 and all with the guy who was working with the villain? My god, I laughed so hard at that. But yeah, you essentially get the whole idea. As some people have said, Hasbro would be a much better suit for this whole thing. And if this whole reboot thing was a side thing going on, like Troublesome Junction said, who deserves a salute, by the way, so badly, so badly. If it was a side thing, it wouldn't be so bad. Would have been helpful, in fact, to get younger kids engaged and then build them up to the more mature, realistic show that everybody else knows and loves, like a Talking Railway Pals thing, like he showed and everything. That would have been perfect. And guess what? Lo and behold, that's what companies like Hasbro do all the time with a lot of their stuff. And honestly, though, as much as the whole SpongeBob spin-off thing and all Camp Coral stuff is terrible and all, at least I believe, to my knowledge, I may be wrong, at least it's a side thing. I think at least SpongeBob, the normal version, is still going, and this is just a side thing that's going on. If it was just Camp Coral, that would be even worse. But you essentially get the idea. I could save the reboot talk for a later date. The reboot itself is terrible, but again, if it was a separate thing, I wouldn't mind so much. But now that the context is set for this to be like, what is going to be, and if it's successful, this is how it's going to stay for a good while, perhaps, kind of thing. Like, no, we don't want that. And if this is like what it's replacing the normal version or whatever was for now, no thank you. So you essentially get the whole idea with this whole thing. And of course, there's also been my pastime interest of editing together all the clips and scenes for various next gen racers, which I still have a few more to go with, and I also have to go back and revise a few to fix certain things so that the final products don't look all buggy and glitchy, include shots or whatever that aren't supposed to be there. But yeah, the whole side project thing and all that, I have an idea for like a second channel for or whatever, because I'm not going to put something like that on my own channel. It will clog stuff up too much, and if there's a copyright problem, I don't want it affecting my own channel and stuff like that. Or at least the main one, what you're watching right now. And of course, this leads me to what else I want to showcase. I've said this before to a few people on Discord, but due to Mr. Ryan taking a pretty decently long break for, I believe, a few more months or something like that, so he can work on like his Henry movie project thing or whatever it is, I thought I could make my own meme videos, which I've wanted to do for a while. I've made a few in the past, and now I can finally do them with a video format not too different from Mr. Ryan's. So if you want to submit your own memes and all, like how Mr. Ryan does, send them to me on Hangouts or Discord, or upload videos with them or whatever, or send me a link to them or something like that, kind of. Not giving out my Gmail, of course, yet. But you essentially get the whole idea. So imagine Mr. Ryan, but imagine Mr. Ryan's memes videos, but I made them, and not just about Thomas, of course, but that's one of the more prominent features or whatever of those videos. But yeah, expect stuff like that to come hopefully sometime in the future. I already have had quite a lot already set up, so you can expect that like Friday or something like that, kind of. Maybe as a birthday gift, or an early birthday gift, I should say, like on Thursday or something, who knows. But yeah, that's essentially all I have to say about that. Something to be excited for. Possibly a series, who knows. You can also maybe sometime eventually, sooner or later, maybe in the next week or this week, who knows, depends on when I finish it, another YouTube poop eventually on another Thomas episode. Try to maybe guess as to which one it'll be. Not very much of an obvious choice, kind of a surprising one. But yeah, you'll see. And maybe be excited for that, who knows. But yeah, that's essentially everything I wanted to share with you guys. See you all next time.